Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Aspire to Inspire, where we interview industry professionals. Today's episode, I will be interviewing professional working actor, writer, casting director, entrepreneur, and so much more, Nakia Dillard. He is an amazing individual. I'm so grateful to know him and just to have learned from him. He has his very own acting academy based in Philadelphia, PA, called I Can Act. His film credits include appearing on TV shows and films such as The Wonder Years, appearing on Black Lightning, Split, and Night Catches Us. So today we're going to hear about his journey and how he got started as a working actor and claiming titles such as being a casting director, a writer. So I am so excited to bring him onto our stage.
Hey,
On. Hi, how are you
hey,
doing?
hey, doing good. So glad to be here.
Oh, fantastic. One, I just want to say I'm so grateful to have you on Aspire to Inspire. Right off the bat, this right here has inspired me so much within my acting journey. I'm a proud I Can Act student. I'm glad to say that and to just be a part of this community that he has. He's amazing, honestly, to say the least. So thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you. And I gotta say, y'all, Imaje is amazing. Her energy has been the same way since she's been. When did you start? Like 12? I think you
I
were 12.
started started when I was 14, I believe.
Oh, well, you always had great energy,
Oh,
even as a kid. So I'm just so proud of you. Proud of your show. Proud to see what you're doing. So I'm just excited to be here.
oh, thank you. And we're glad to have you a part. And just to start off our interview, I like to start off with the get to know me type of question. Let the viewers know who you are, what you do, and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, hello everyone. My name is Nakia Dillard, and I am an actor. I'm a writer. I'm a casting director. I have an acting school, um, and I just enjoy helping people. So I started acting when I was 14. I took my first acting class, uh, and it was crazy because I was extremely shy as a kid. So, I if I would have, I never would have thought I would have done as much as I've done today, um, because it wasn't around me. It wasn't something that I saw. So going to the acting school kind of opened my eyes to the world and to see, like, there were actual actors. Like, I saw a real live actor, and it's very important for kids or people just to see things that they want to do, and people doing it. So so it inspired me to keep going. um, when I was younger, like I said, I was extremely shy. So man, it was just hard to get over the shyness. I was the type of kid that I hated to be called on in class. you know um, I had the immediate like heat stroke, like when I had to stand up and talk in front of people. So the fact that I'm doing acting now, and literally I've been in over 100 films, um, TV shows, uh, plays. I did a lot of theater, so it's just been amazing. An amazing journey. But it's been I'm not going to say it was an easy journey, but it was an amazing journey because I learned from everything. Even when I hear the word no or see the word no, because a lot of times in this industry you don't hear the no, you just see the show on and you didn't get the job. So so you just gotta keep on pushing.
Right. That is so true. And I think that as a working actor like yourself,
Mhm.
we all experience the no's, which a lot of people don't really understand that or
Right.
know of that. They just see the show, they see you on it, and they
Mhm.
congratulate you, which is a nice little reward. But I think there's just a lot of misconceptions people have in regards to the job of an actor. And that leads me to
Right.
my next question. In your opinion, what do you believe is one of the greatest misconceptions of the job of an actor, in your opinion?
Well, I guess maybe because when people see you on in a play or on a TV show, they don't really know what all you had to do to get there. So like for each of the shows, the TV shows that I've been on, from The Wire, that was the first my first SAG after job was The Wire. And I literally auditioned for 5 or 6 of the characters um before I landed Officer Lambert. So I auditioned for Marlowe, I auditioned for Slim Charles, I auditioned for so many of them. And but I didn't get that job. I got the job that I was supposed to get, which was the cop. And when I got the job, it was supposed to just been a one-time, guest star. And it ended up being a recurring. So I looked up, but Black Lightning, same thing. Auditioned at least 10 times before I landed Terrence Long. Um, House of Cards, same thing. Auditioned like 6 or 7 times. So it's not like you just audition once and then you just get the job. A lot of times you got to warm the casting director up. They got to see you a few times before they even bring you to the producers and things like that. So Wonder Years, same thing. Audition, like, matter of fact, the day I landed the job, I actually had 3 auditions for 3 different characters on the show. So I landed the role of Theo, but now my name has changed. It's Lucius now. So so when I got the script, originally they kept calling me Theo, but in the script it said Lucius. I'm like, okay, it's the same lines, but whatever. I'll say them. Theo or Lucius or whoever. I'm gonna say it. So
That's hilarious to actually hear that about how you have to audition oh so many times for you
yeah.
to book it. And all everyone's story of how they booked whatever they got is different. But
Hmm.
ultimately, I think it just speaks a testament to how important it is to always be ready
Yeah.
to, I don't want to say expect the no, but to not be shocked if that happens, but also to take that step and to continue even if they don't say no. And I think it's so beautiful that you're the founder of I Can Act. You not only just the founder of it, but you're a working actor as well, part of an acting school based in Philadelphia.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I'm pretty sure you have a lot of advice you can give to aspiring actors who just want to, in a sense, educate themselves of how this business actually works. So if you could just share a few advice for viewers who are going to be watching this on, what to expect within this industry, how to properly go about rejection. Could you speak a little bit about, any type of positive advice for aspiring actors and actresses?
Sure. I would say, everything starts with your mindset. Um, it's all about how you approach things. Because this industry is kind of set up in a way to kind of it like sets you up in a way to where you're like, you could hear the words where they say, "Oh, you were great." You can go to the audition and they say, "Oh, you were great," but then you don't get the job. The casting director, but now everything is virtual. So now you don't have to physically go into a room, but you still have to book the room from the video. So now you have to know how to present yourself this way. But everything, like I said, you have to be like water. You can't approach this industry, and even like if you're doing a monologue or if you're doing a scene, don't get stuck in doing it one way, because you may get a director that may say, okay, we like how you did that, but now we want you to do it as if you're walking down the street and you see a mouse or something. Now you got to figure out, you got the same lines, but now you have to do it as if you're walking down the street and you
Hmm.
saw this mouse, and now how do you respond to that? And the lines may not even be about a mouse.
Right.
So it just depends on the director and what they want to see and what they want to hear. So you just have to be like water. And when I say that, just be fluid, just be ready for anything, just practice, just saying the lines different ways, listen, and listening is the biggest thing in acting, um, and using your imagination. Um, so with that, you know, pursuing this career, um, you like I said, you may see people's Instagrams and see different things, people doing stuff. Don't understand that that's a highlight reel. It's
Mhm.
not it's not as simple as that.
Right.
It's not. So it's a lot of auditioning,
It is.
a lot of auditioning. Like the year I booked Black Lightning, I want to say that was my first booking with my agent. And I was with my agent for like over a year before I actually landed Black Lightning. So and so be okay with that. Don't get to the point where you're in your mind and you're saying, "Wow, I did all these auditions. I might be bad. I might." It's not that. If you keep getting called by the same casting director, that means they like your work. They're just trying to find something for you that fits you. So
Right.
don't get, because some actors be mad. They think it's the agent. They think it's not any of that. It's the producers that hire you, not the casting director. So once the producer hires you, then they like what they saw, they like what you did, and just trust that. So every day you should be encouraging yourself, say affirmations, things that'll keep your spirit in a different field of that you're getting closer. You're going to get the job one day. It's going to come. It's going to come when
Mhm.
you're least expected.
Right.
And what another thing that I would say for you guys is practice financial literacy too, because this industry, they don't tell you that it costs. So you need headshots, you need acting class, you need people, you have to pay for uh audition sites. Like you have to pay for Actors Access, you got to pay for uh, what's the other one, casting networks. You got to pay for all those things, so you have to find money in order to do that. So uh you got to work on your credit, make sure your credit is up, because if you need to use your credit card, do that. So it's just different things that that different schools, different people don't really tell you about the industry. They talk a lot about the talent part, but you have to be smart about the money part. Yeah, yeah. so so yeah, so just definitely and also I have a couple books on I have a book on financial literacy for actors. I have
Mm.
a book called Time Management for Actors. I have another book called How to Be an Actor. uh,
Mm.
been busy on this pandemic.
Right. As you should. As you should. And that's so great for you to not only share what you wrote during the pandemic, which is great, guys. Definitely check that out. I'm pretty sure you have that all over your Instagram page, and just
Right.
make sure you guys check that out. But not only did you speak on that, but you spoke on what I don't think actors barely talk about, which is the financial literacy part
Mm,
of just literally saving money and for headshots and classes, because money does come into all this. So thank
exactly.
you for sharing that. Thank you for making that known to us, because
Mhm.
I mean, this is the first time I've ever heard an actor talking about the money side of
Right.
this business, what goes into it, because we all struggle with it. It's
Right.
it happens for us in ways that we can't explain, and we scrap up the money to get the training, get the headshots,
Right.
So, one, thank you so much for sharing that. I
Oh,
really, really
anytime.
appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. Because these are things that it can stop actors too. Like you may get an opportunity, and you always get an opportunity when you don't have the money.
Mm.
It's just the way the way it works. I don't know why. So you don't want to have to ever not do a job because you can't get there because of money or travel.
Mm.
You can't fly there, and every job that you get is not going to be in your backyard. You know.
Mm. Right.
So like for me, like I work in Atlanta. I worked in New York. I worked in Texas. Different places. Just working. But I have to be able to get there. You know. So and I've had times when I went through it. I actually went bankrupt a couple times. And but each time, like I said, everything is a learning lesson. So you learn. So don't look at things as a mistake. Look at how can you learn and how can you grow from that, and how can you help others from that, from going through that too. So so like at my school, I put things in my group. I have a Facebook group that I have, and I put stuff in there just to kind of keep them up to date, because it's important to work around people that's working in the industry, because people could be teaching you outdated information too.
Right.
So definitely do your research. Do your research on who you're being taught by. What have they done? All of
Mm,
that. I mean, they could talk a real good game,
that's true.
but they could be giving you information from years ago. And then the other part, make sure that the person is not jealous. They could be jealous of you and the work that you're doing too,
Mhm.
and they may not want to let you progress into
Mm,
what you're trying to grow into. So I've seen that happen too. I've seen a lot of people stop people's growth because they
mm.
don't want to have them surpass them.
Wow.
But the thing is, we're not God. We can't tell. I can't say what you're going to do. You don't know what I'm going to do.
Mhm.
Like I said before, like I was the quietest kid in class, and here it is now. I'm on a number one TV show right now.
Yeah, I know.
You know what
Full
I'm saying?
circle moment.
Right now, who would have thought that watching me as a child? You know,
Mm,
and even I'm a big advocate of the arts too, because I tell people, like, just let your kids try it. Just let them try it out. Even whether if they show some type of interest,
mhm,
let them try it. Because if my mother would have said, well, no, he's too quiet, I'm
mm,
not going to pay for that. I don't know what type of person I would be today or where I would be. You know.
right.
So if a child or a person, anybody, just gives that energy of they want to try something and do it, just support them. You never know what's on the other side of that opportunity.
Mm, that's true. That's true. Thank you so much for sharing that, taking that leap of faith, if I should say, on
Mhm.
trying something new, because it's beautiful. You never know where it could take you. Look at you today. It's wonderful to hear what were you like then versus now. It's a huge testimony.
Right, and even watching you, like, here it is,
Aw.
you were 14, starting the class. Now I'm on your show. You see what I'm
I
saying?
know it's a humbling circle moment, if I
Yeah,
should
you
say.
see?
It's a very humbling moment, and
It's a beautiful thing. I'm just, like I
aw.
said, I'm just so proud of you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
And Azuri.
Yeah,
Azuri
and
too.
Missouri. I'm
Yeah,
super proud of her.
she's
She
amazing.
is amazing. Yes, I was literally going to say she's amazing. But we owe it all to you and I Can Ask.
Uh,
Viewers out there, definitely check out I Can Ask. And with your classes being online now, anyone from any place could really partake in what you have to offer. So
yeah,
this
it's
is
a
this
blessing.
is a really huge time for you right now virtually. I think that's super amazing, to make that transition. I miss in-person classes though, but
Yeah, it's crazy because I was fighting it for so long, like, not doing virtual, but I had a lot of my friends, they were like telling me, to try it out. And then
Mm,
then the pandemic happened where it forced
yeah.
us to do it. And it was a little weird at first, you know.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But again,
As a
everything is a transition, everything is a learning process. And we're still learning, honestly. Like, we're still, making nuances and trying to, figure different things out. But it's
mm,
been a blessing. I mean, right now we've been able to serve so many people from different areas
mm.
outside of Philly. So I've been coaching people from New York,
Oh,
Atlanta, Mississippi, Connecticut. It's so many people in the class right now. And
wow.
it's just been amazing. But again, um, you just have to flow like water. You got to adapt. You can't stay stuck. And
Mm,
I was stuck. Like, even a few of my teachers, I had
mm,
to say no. We can't have in. We just can't do it. This pandemic, this Omicron, and all this craziness is going on.
mm.
We just can't do it right now.
Right.
So, and then even with the industry is no more in person. So you have to do these self tapes. You know,
Right. Right. And with everything that's happening within this industry, it's causing all of us to change and to evolve and
right.
to literally adapt to self tapes, adapt to not being in person, doing these virtual classes, which in my heart of hearts aren't the same. However, we got to work with what we have.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
yeah, I think it's just amazing from someone who was a student to see how much I Can Axe is evolving with everything that's happening. And I just
Mhm.
want to give you your flowers for
Well,
keeping up with everything that's going on right now because it's a necessity. You're helping people, you're being of
thank
service
you.
to many actors, not just in Philadelphia like it was, but like you said, to people in Mississippi, all the way in
Mhm.
Atlanta and New York. That's just a beautiful thing. That is so amazing.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's when it happened, and I was like, wow, somebody just signed up in Connecticut. Oh, somebody just signed up. Wow.
I
Okay.
know, and word gets around. That's the beautiful part of it. Word gets around about I Can Axe. So that's I'm just saying this is only the beginning for I Can Axe and what it has in store for you. So I'm really, really happy.
Thank you.
Of
Thank
course, of
you so much.
course. So transitioning to our next question,
Okay.
you've have hundreds of film and television credits, and that's something to really take pride in. I think it's a beautiful thing that you have your own school, but you're also training as well. You're still in this game, not just to teach others about it, but to
Mhm.
be living proof of it.
Right.
So I ask you, Nakia, what makes a role a great fit for you? And in your opinion, if you can describe your process of preparing for a role, that would be
Hmm.
honestly beautiful.
Let me see. So each role is kind of different for me.
Right.
Um, like I love doing roles that are like where I have to do research. But in some roles I could just jump right in, So it really depends on what the script is. But like Wonder Years, I love being on set of that show, working with Fred Savage, and just seeing everybody and how they direct the whole cast, how everybody works together. The Wire, was great. When I did a film called Cost of a Soul, um, I actually played someone that was completely opposite of me, and I had to do a lot of research for that. So I watched movies. Um, I've read different articles on just how just different people live. Um, but I do enjoy like challenging roles. I do. When I say challenging, I mean like where I have to do research and really dive into who this person is. Like right now, like I've had a chance to work with Les Brown. Um, like he calls me like yesterday he called me. I think matter of fact he sent me something today. He texted me, but even with that, like playing a living person, just trying to get their nuances down and things like that is fun. It's fun for me. So I'm just having a great time. But you know, a lot of it is using your imagination. Putting yourself in that person's shoes. How would you do it, and how would they do it? Um, so approaching the role, it's like I said, it's just more about like just trying to understand who the character is and really listen to the words. Like when you read a script, look at the quotations, look at the exclamation points, and that'll kind of give you clues of who the characters are. Um, so that's a little clue on how to kind of like create the character, and that's what I do. I look at the words, I look at how it's said, how are they talking to different people, um, and then I get into it when I hear it coming from the other person. Then I just like the way they give it to me. Then I just try to I give it back to them in a way
Mhm.
where I feel that that person would say it. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of it is just listening. I listen a lot. I mean, I guess that's from being a quiet kid. All I do is listen. So
Listen, it helped you. Listen, listening is
right,
the hardest. I gotta say, it's one of the hardest things with acting and just
yeah,
receiving and giving it as well. But for you to speak on the importance of punctuation and what the script is in front of you and the words, developing it for yourself. I like how you said that you had to create it your own.
Right.
And
You gotta take it. Yeah, you have to. I mean, even though you're playing someone else, you're still playing parts of you. You
exactly.
know. So if it's a crazy person, it may just be you to another extreme, but it's still you. You
Mm,
know. But you just have to understand and know how to tap into those parts of you.
right, right. And I think you said it best. It's playing yourself. Like you're literally playing these characters in your own way of you viewing it, which
Right.
makes it a good performance, in my opinion, putting a little bit of yourself into it and not, in a sense, pretending. And
Right. Right.
honestly, you've been doing your own thing with booking oh so much, you know, Wonder Years to Black Lightning. You know, you definitely have something to give. I'm
Mm.
seeing your performances on TV. I've seen it for myself in person, and it's just amazing. It's a
Oh,
testimony. It's a
thank you.
testimony.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
It's
of
really been a
course.
blessing. It's for me to work as much as I have, and literally, I've been booked since I would say 2000. Literally, I joined the union. I want to say 2004, and I literally just been working nonstop as a union actor. Um, and it's just truly been a blessing. You know, I even with being a casting director, whether I'm working behind the scenes or working in front of the camera, it's been a nonstop thing. You know, so I love being able to help other actors. When I have the opportunity to cast, I try to pull in the best actors that I can for the role. A lot of times I got to fight for them, so that they can get the job. And it's happened a few times, a few different sets. But even for you, like I'm glad that I was able to help you get into Fells High. I can't wait to see that in March. So congratulations on that.
All thanks to you.
So, but I just love the industry. Honestly, I just love it. Where I love working and I love helping. So,
Mhm. Yeah, a heart of service. It's a beautiful thing and it's a rare thing, especially within this entertainment industry and everything that goes on with it. A heart of service that stands you out from everyone else, for sure.
thank you.
Of course. So we're transitioning on to my next question for you. And,
Okay.
basically, you've had a wonderful, beautiful, successful career as a working actor. Of course, it wasn't easy, but I'm pretty sure you've had a lot of experiences that you learned. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe, you did something but shouldn't have done it. But we all have our moments like that. So I
Mhm.
ask you, Nakia, what were some major lessons that you learned from your journey as a working actor that you like to share?
Um, let me see. So, okay, so once I was before. Want to say one of like because I started off in theater. So so I went from theater, from being big, you got to talk to the back of the room, and then I got into film. And one of my first, I think it was a student film that I did, or yeah, I think it was a student film. And so, I got on. I figured it was the same. I figured it was the same as acting on stage, and it definitely wasn't. So I get on set and I'm doing my lines and everything, and I'm noticing like the other actors aren't really enunciating and pronouncing their words like I am, and uh, I'm speaking to the back of the room, and and they're like, well, where we get this guy from? This dude is busting out our speakers, he blowing out our microphones, he talking from his diaphragm. Like, what's going on with this guy?
Oh goodness, you were a rookie. You were transitioning from
Yeah,
theater to on camera. Everyone has done that at some point, I'm sure.
yeah. So I was like, oh man. So then I had to like I was like, okay, well, why didn't I saying that to these guys? So I just started paying attention, and I started reading books. Like, oh man, so I figured it out, and I came back stronger. And that's one thing about me. Like, I don't quit. Like if something happens or whatever, I learn from it, and I figure out how to become better. So I don't look at mistakes or different things that I've done as failures, or I just learn from them, and I just keep moving.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say to people. Like, don't keep looking in the rear view mirror. Like, you're like, oh man, I was so bad in that show, or I lost, I forgot a line, or I've
Mhm.
seen the greatest forget their lines. And when you see the performance, it's amazing. So, it happens. It's going to happen. And but don't beat yourself up over things like that. So just just keep learning. Okay, you messed up on that line. Get the script. Get back in it. Work harder. You know, and that's all I can say is just continue to work hard. Don't ever put your feet up and think, oh, I got this job, I could just chill. No, you can still
Right.
get fired. I had a friend that got fired from a table read because he had the job and he just figured, oh, I'm in there. I ain't got
Mm.
to come on time. I ain't got. Nah, that's why one of the books I wrote was called Time Management for Actors. Sometimes they get laps where they just feel like I'm there. No, every day is a new day. Every
Yeah.
day you should work harder than you did the day before.
Mm. Well
So don't
said.
get
Well
comfortable.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one, thank you for sharing that because
Hmm.
we don't, I don't know. This interview feels different because you never talk about these certain things, time management, how when you book the job, you're still supposed to be present in the moment, on
Oh, yeah.
time, not
The
tardy.
table read.
And yeah, and if
Yeah.
anything, you should be, ready with your lines. Of course, we all fall short and may and forget a line or two, but I love that you said those are the best type of performances, and to regardless, just jump back to it, pick up the script, go over it a few more times, put yourself in the moment. These are great, great gems, great advice for anybody who wants to start in their career or who already are a part of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great thing. It's a great thing. So I just have a few more questions for you. If
Sure.
you're okay with it, I don't want to take up too
Yeah,
much time.
it's all good. I'm
Yeah.
here.
I'm glad to have you here. But I think we all have people who inspire us in our journey.
Hmm.
And like you said, you touched a little bit before that you literally worked with well-known actors and actresses within this entertainment industry, and it's just an amazing thing to know, to be able to work alongside, to learn from. And I ask you, Nakia Dillard, who are your biggest influencers, whether inside the entertainment industry, it could be family, who keeps you going or what keeps you going?
Yeah, that's like one. I would say the first person is my mother. My mother has been a great support system for me, and just watching her as she's an entrepreneur too. So I've learned just that energy, um, and she's always creating something. So watching her. Then a few of my friends, like I said, Les Brown has been like he's been a mentor before I even knew him. And the fact that I'm working with him now has just been amazing. I've worked alongside so many different people that just watching their spirit has changed me. And it's some people that I've worked with that we kind of had a kindred like type spirit where it made us or made me strong, like sharpened me. Um, like working with Idris Elba, working with him, watching how he worked, inspired me. Uh, Jamie Hector, um, he's such a really cool guy, and you know so you get a chance to see different people in this industry that are very special, and like Tamala
Mm,
Mann is
right.
extremely humble. David Mann is extremely humble and funny, you know. But just working with these certain people has just kept me um going. I mean, I've always been this type of guy,
Right.
honestly, but just watching certain people and how they move just sharpen me a little more, and just so that I can bring things back
Mm,
to class,
yeah.
you know. Yeah, yeah, just watching people and just yeah, because my whole thing is like, I'm always trying to help or bring somebody else up. If I can, show somebody, okay, watch out for this or watch out for
Mhm.
that, I'm definitely gonna do that. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I like to say it's a heart of service. I'm gonna keep saying it. And it's beautiful that you've been able to surround yourself with these like-minded individuals,
Mhm,
kindred spirits like your own, and
mhm.
just being able to sharpen yourself just by being around these people. It's proof that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're with the people that you're supposed to be with or supposed to be surrounded with. Like you're in your community.
Yeah.
So I just love that. That was so inspiring to hear. I truly needed that for myself.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You're doing your thing. And, with everything that's going on in this entertainment industry, we always got to be on our toes. Because things change. This pandemic, it really hit everybody
Yeah,
in some way, shape, or form.
right.
So, I think you've already accomplished so much, within your time span. And it's something to be so, 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 so proud of as someone who knows you. I ask you, Nakia, as a working actor, a writer, a director, and casting director, and the list just continues to go on. Where do you desire to see yourself 5 to 10 years down the line? Could you speak a little bit about that?
Well, actually, I mean, I want to keep doing what I'm doing. I want to do more of what I'm doing. Um, but I see myself doing more productions, more producing, creating more opportunities for up and coming actors, um, being more in control of different things. Like I'm about to, I'm actually about to start a music label.
Oh, wow. That's
Doing all
wonderful.
kinds of stuff now, so because it's a lot of actors that are singers, a lot of actors that are rappers, different things
Mm,
like that. So I'm all about like multiple streams of income, having
right.
different lanes and different things that's your art
Mm,
that you can make money from. So um, so right now, like I'm about to do a actor showcase, to
mhm.
kind of show I'm gonna bring in some agents and managers and
Yeah.
um yeah, I'm just trying to just do things that I wish would have happened for me when I was coming up because I was lost in a way. Uh
Mm,
like I couldn't like the different places that I went to, I didn't get the same support, So that's one of the reasons why like I'm very uh picky about who I have as teachers.
mhm.
I make sure all of the teachers are like working, doing something in the industry,
Right.
so I'm real picky with that. And I just think it's encouraging too. So you can actually see your teacher on TV or on a play or something,
Mm,
you know. So I think the next few years is just gonna be me just doing more, just
right.
doing more shows, more productions, virtual plays, just a bunch of everything.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing to still keep doing what you love.
Yes.
It's a wonderful thing, and I'm sure of it that we're going to see your name all over the place like we are right now. It's going to just continue to keep growing and going. I know that for sure.
Yeah, it's yeah, I see a lot of big things coming.
Wonderful. As you should, as you should.
Mhm.
Reach for the stars.
Yes.
Ah, man. It's been an honor and a pleasure speaking with you. To have already known you and just to share this conversation with you this far. I'm inspired. I'm hoping that people who watch this are going to be inspired as well. I have one final question for you before we close out. A million thank yous. That's my thing. I'm going to keep thanking you.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. But I ask all of my guests this question. It's kind of seals up the whole interview, what Aspire to Inspire is really about.
Mhm.
And I ask you, Nakia Dillard, how do you desire to use your very own platform to inspire others? I mean, you're doing it literally right now, but just a little moment for you to share, any source of inspiration for people watching. This is the time to do so. So you have the floor.
All right. Well, thank you. Well, honestly, what I'm doing right now, just bringing up actors, trying to instill in them that they are enough. They don't have to do anything that they don't want to do just to get on. Know who you are as an actor, and I want you guys to definitely just continue to work on your mindset. Work on your mind and who you are, um, because you have so many talents, so many talents. If you're an actor, if you're a singer, a rapper, whatever you are, it don't even have to be in the industry or entertainment. Um, whatever it is that you're into, just work hard at it and try to be the best that you can be in that field. And again, like I said, you're gonna hear no's, you're gonna see no's, but just don't stop if this is something that you were that lights that fire in you every day. If you feel that, and if you need an opportunity, or you want to do, if you do want to be an actor, you know definitely hit me up. You can follow me, you could inbox me. It's me on Instagram, so you can ask me a question. But I hope to help you on your journey if I can help.
Yes, guys, I'm telling you, this individual, Nakia Dillard, he is amazing. He's helped me in ways that I can't explain, in ways that educated me about the entertainment industry, what it is, what it has to offer, how to navigate through it.
Mm.
I owe that all to you, Nakia Dillard. So
Oh,
thank you,
thank
thank
you.
you, thank you for the training, the classes, the workshops, the whole shebang. You've changed a lot of people's lives, including my own.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And everybody that's sitting out there in your couches, in March, you want to see this beautiful young lady doing her thing in the new movie coming out called Fells High.
Yes. He was the casting director, so see his name as well in the credits. He and
Yeah.
among the whole entire cast and crew of Fells High did a fantastic job with this film. You guys are truly going to be blown away by this, like I am. And until March, you guys definitely tune in for that. Nakia, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. And
You
for
got it.
viewers out there, thank you so much for watching and tune in for our next episode coming very, very soon. Thank you so much, Nakia.
Thank you so much.